Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Demon Deacons will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Seminoles offense takes the field to start this game off. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with work done, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got him. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these 3rd downs present themselves.
They are trying to set the tone on the opening drive of the game. They could punt, pin them back deep. Instead, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Pulls it in. It's Singleton. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
So Wake Forest offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Gives it on the option. Quick step and go. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
They'll run it from the gun. There he goes. Got enough space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wake Forest. That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
Extra point here will tie the game. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. Brings it down on the right side. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college, we used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warrick and Lavernia Schools. And because of their game-breaking ability, it put so much pressure on our defense. I'll tell you, this guy's good enough to, I think, have played on that Seminole offense, and he would have gotten some looks. This guy can make some plays.
The Noles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, good decision there by the QB. A little zone read action. He reads the defensive end crashing down, keeps it himself, gets a nice chunk of yards.
And when you do that, you just sort of get the drive going or keep it going, as the case may be.
It's amazing in college football now how big of a part of each offense this zone read has become. As we're seeing more and more athletic quarterbacks on rosters now, that is a staple of this sport.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown Seminoles! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
will just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Yeah, and this offense, man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
He's got the back in the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. Outside the pocket, lets it go. It's caught. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They're going back to the ground. Shows him the stiff arm. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Lemon. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Demon Deacons have taken it inside the 20. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Operating in the red zone here on second down. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Gets it out fast. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
They'll try to get it through the air. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
That's the problem when you go empty, right? As a quarterback, you know you might get blitzed, and if you do, you better know where your hot throw is. If you don't, you're getting sacked. That time the linebacker got to.
And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The RPO fired complete to the left. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
To the air on second down. Got it set up on the outside. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the ground with the back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. And the Noles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Gives it on the option. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Noles!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league, but check this out. Tennessee opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. Always interesting to see good SEC teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Works his way ahead for 3 out to the 14.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder.
There he goes to the left. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Going to swing it on 2nd down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Guys, it's been an entertaining first half and not a lot of time left to put some more points on the board.
No, but you got this possession right here to maybe go into the half tied up. So good first half, but a great way, Jesse, to end this first half.
Yeah, you'd love to take that momentum into the second half. And listen, this offense practices 2-minute every single week for this exact situation. They'd love to be able to go generate a few more points before taking it into the locker room.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Here's the Heat. He's sacked. He'll lose a couple on that one as he tried to get back to the line of scrimmage. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Snagged out of the air. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Seminoles will send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Looking to throw on first down. He's got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Back to pass. Got his man quickly. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on first down. Turns it loose. Got him downfield. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. And the Demon Deacons will line it up on first and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. Got his man. And they get him down.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Under fire. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. That'll cut this lead down to 5.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give on the option. At the 35, he's got room. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Across the 45. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense...
Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Makes the grab. It's Barkley.
Yeah, I don't know defensively if you want to keep giving this guy that much cushion, because when he gets the ball in space, he's able to shake all these defenders and turns a 5-yard completion into a first down.
The Demon Deacons can really attack on this second and short. The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound. The war chant on third down at the dope. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. And the Demon Deacons send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. It'll bounce out of bounds, and they'll spot it at the 40. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Breaks into the open. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. So they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. At the 35, he's open. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Got some room in under the goal line. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Florida State. That's his third touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Looking to fire. Unloads it left. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, they're after him. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say it's out of bounds. An incomplete pass. Behind the chains now on second and long.
Out routes are timing routes, and the QB's got to throw that before the receiver gets out of his break. He was a little bit late, and as a result, it's incomplete.
Going to try to get it himself. Keeps it and gets past the chains. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Demon Deacons have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Looking left. Complete downfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Well, the offense able to pick up some extra yards after that curl throw there, and because the QB got it to his guy early, he was able to turn around, make a guy miss, and go pick up some yak.
Bringing the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got his man down the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Under fire. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And it's right down the boulevard. The lead is now back down to 9.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Takes a handoff. It's Carr. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He wants to change this route. Wants to fire on second down. Makes the grab. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Turning on the Jets. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So 1st down will open up the final period. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
Might as well give it to him again. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. After the run, now to throw. Finds his big tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. On the read. They'll run for it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. Touchdown Seminoles. Excellent pass by the back on the option. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And the extra point is good, and the lead swells to 16, and it's getting late.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field... Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Trying to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Noles! And the stomping has commenced. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
He'll bring it out. And the returner will be brought down.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And the Demon Deacons moving quickly to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. Rush is on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Here's the pressure. He'll try to do it himself. Looking for room at the 25. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
So now it's second and long.
And we've already seen it a couple times now. Like, he is more than willing and actually quick. He's quick to get those puppies moving and get out the pocket and go scramble and make a play. If this defense is paying attention, his feet is a big part of this game plan.
Got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Demon Deacons are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Out of the shotgun on third down. Fires deep on the run. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Blasted as he lets it go. The incomplete pass, fourth down, fails, and they'll turn it over. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Snap to the back. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the ride. He's going to keep it. Fights off the defender. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off. From the 22 on 1st and 10. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Seminoles are in the hurry-up. He'll pull it on the read. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They lost ground on first down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. Touchdown, Florida State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. I think we can just about blow the candles out on this one. It's all over.
No doubt. It's over. But you know what, Reese? These stats aren't over. They count for postseason awards. So I'm all for piling on the stats, running up the score, offense, get the stats.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Caught over the middle. It's Barkley.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games and we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
And the Demon Deacons come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
The kick is on its way. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Great place to start for this offense.
Convoy! 22 water! 22 water!
A designed run for the quarterback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Using his feet. And after the short run, the clock hits 0, and we are all wrapped up here. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug.